Hey, welcome to Learning Self-Reliance. Today, my wife and I, we're going to be doing our starts for this year's garden. If you saw my, I think it was 2 videos ago, I talked about my lemon tree and the disappointment that was. But we planted what's it called? A sunchoke or a Jerusalem artichoke, as other people call it. Planted it in that pot and it's doing really well. Haven't watered it, so I haven't overwatered it yet. That's good.
It looks like it doesn't need more water.
No,
so
it's doing really good. That's what killed, I'm pretty sure what killed the lemon tree. But we're going to be doing our starts. So what we've got here is a survival seed vault from mypatriotsupply.com. I really like this seed vault actually. Every year I purchase 1 or 2 of these. It says that I think it plants like an acre or 2 on it. And even if it's not quite true that you're going to get that much stuff, I've slowly accumulated probably about 6 or so of these, and so I've got a lot of seeds to plant. But this has got a whole bunch of stuff in it, and we're probably going to plant some stuff besides this, but we're going to start off with this today. So those are seeds. We got some organic seed starting soil mix here. This is what the guy at the store recommended. And again, I'm a terrible gardener. I've been trying to garden for like 5 years now. Fail.
the carrots worked really well last year.
The carrots did turn out really
amazing,
well.
so we're gonna have to grow more carrots.
Yeah, so we're going to do more carrots, but most of the other stuff failed miserably. So this is our mix. We've got some vermiculite here, vermiculite, and we're probably going to just throw a little pinch of this into every one of these little pots that we're going to do. And we've got these pots here, which are going to be awesome because last year we tried out the pots that you
the little pellets that you put water on and they expand, and it's got cloth on the outside. And when we planted it in the garden, the stuff had a hard time growing through it, and it ripped into the plants. It was not good.
Yeah, the carrots had a girdle around them. It choked the middle of the carrot, so you'd be eating a carrot and you pull it apart, and there'd be like these fibers from the starting thing. So we're not doing those. We're doing these ones. Hopefully these are a bit better to start off with. But
these supposedly should disintegrate in the ground.
Yeah.
Supposedly. I've never tried them.
Yep. But we'll pull these apart and we'll get started on planting these guys. Actually, you know what? While you're doing that, I'm going to talk about what's inside of here. So while she's pulling those apart, I'm going to talk about different seeds. This has got like 20 or so, 25 different kind of seeds in here. They come in a little nice Mylar bag that's sealed, and it's got a little zip on the top so you can reseal it really easily. And so use what you need, reseal it, put it back in here, and it's in this nice metal thing so it keeps it dark and free from damage. It's nice and strong. But we've got, actually here's the butternut squash. So I wanted to try planting some butternut squash. I'm not really a fan of squash or zucchini, which is unfortunate because they're so easy to grow.
Yeah.
But hopefully we're going to make some soup out of this butternut squash because I had some soup that I really liked. So we're going to try for that. Here's our carrots from last year. We'll do a lot more of those. This can of seeds here is about, it's getting for about 4 years old now. The manufacturer says it's going to last about 5 years at least. So you got to remember that that's the last year that they're willing to guarantee the product. So it's going to go well beyond that. I'm sure these will probably still work. You know, half of them will work in 20 years, 15, 20 years, something like that. Because I keep them down in my root cellar, which is nice and cold. Not a big deal. But we're going to start off with this butternut squash here. It doesn't say how many seeds you need in there. So I'm just going to put 2 in each. And we'll just start off with that. All right, I'm going to snip the corner of this. And this will be number 1 over here. There we go. So now I know that corner is 1, and I'll go down from there. All right, so I've got this side over here clipped so that I know this is number 1, 2, 3, and so on. So we're going to start off, and I think we'll just do 3 butternut squash plants. Just going to put 2 in each, bury them a little bit down there, not super far. Okay, 1 through 3, I just planted our butternut squash. So I'm going to write that down. Now, I'm going to reseal this, put it back. Those are good till next year. You know, I'm going to set them to the side just so I don't replant them by accident or something like that. Here we got carrots. These seeds are pretty tiny, and we're probably going to want to do a lot of these. A lot of plants, because each plant is a carrot. So this carrot one here, it also comes with a little tiny bag in there, just so you don't get them you don't lose them. So I'm going to pour these into this guy, and this I've used this vault several times, so this is the last seeds that we've tried over the past couple years. So now I've got them in this little V here. And this is what I'm going to use to distribute them. Okay, start with 4. And I'm just going to give it like 3 of these or something a piece. It doesn't say how many I need to plant. But the nice part about this method is I can really count them as they go in to make sure I'm not doing too many. And if you're a master gardener or something like that, we'd love some constructive input, especially me.
Because we're not good at this.
No. But, having a garden, back in World War II, they had like victory gardens, stuff like that. And that's super important to be able to provide for your family in a time of crisis like that. So getting started on this now has helped us learn a lot more, and also shown that we need improvement on this, and we're aware of that, and so we do it every year, try and figure it out. I think we'll start off with 8 just for this one. We'll probably do another flat of plants in the future as well, some more starts. So we're just going to start with 8 for now. So 4 through 14 is carrots. Carrots are down. Oh, we've got some onions here. What do you think? We'll just like do 3 or 4 of those, you think? How many?
I don't know.
No?
I want to do mostly lettuce.
Okay. I'm just going to do 3 then. I'm going to do 3 of these, and if we want to do more onions, we can. And last year, I don't think our onions worked out. But we had a lot of problems last year. Like, the major problem is we had
bought very terrible soil.
Yeah.
I found the cheapest soil. And when we opened it all up and threw it into the garden, it was like wood chips.
Mm-hmm.
The, what's it called? Earwigs. Earwigs loved it.
Mm-hmm.
Destroyed our lettuce. And pretty much everything except for the carrots.
If it tells you how new we are at this, we didn't know earwigs were pests. So
yep.
We learned pretty quickly that they were pests, because we were like, wow, they are eating it.
I think the peas did well.
Peas did good. It's because they didn't like the peas. They loved lettuce, though. Loved it. Ate all the lettuce they could. Lettuce, and I think the 1 corn that I planted. Yeah. Well, one of these is going to have a little bit of an onion growing in it. Mm-hmm. It's black and I can't see where it went, so one of these is going to have an extra onion. That'll be okay.
And we'll know to look out for earwigs instead of just seeing them when we go to harvest the lettuce. We also know not to wait until the end of the year to harvest the lettuce, because then it is bitter.
Yeah, that was interesting. Learned that a bit late. We'll scoot over here. We'll get started on these lettuce here, and I think I'll just do 2 per thing. 1, 2. Whoa! I got like 8. Okay. It's a bit late. There we go.
Your method to be able to control them is working really great.
You get white. Everybody's gonna make fun of me now.
This is why the channel's called Learning Self-Reliance, because we have a lot of learning to do.
Yeah.
Just think, 10 years from now, we're gonna be the neighborhood gardening experts.
Yeah.
Because we will have learned through trial and very many errors.
Trial by fire. And tears. Fire and tears.
Some remnants of last year's garden, from the front garden, are starting to pop back up. It's mostly green onions. Apparently they're impossible to kill because they're just spreading, and I forgot to water the front garden through the very mild winter, through the fall and everything. They're all popping back up. They seem to be doing great, and so I love them. I love any plant that will live despite my inattention.
Lettuce is done. Let's do like 2 broccoli, do you think? confused.
I don't know. I hate broccoli, so that's your choice.
All right. Well, I love broccoli, so I'm going to do some broccoli. I guess I should say I love ranch dressing on broccoli. I think that's more what I should say. In broccoli, we've got tons of seeds left. Probably only planted like 8 or so plants using the broccoli, all of which have not done well. Okay. Oh wow. Okay.
Are you okay?
Just poured so many broccoli. Come here. All right, there we go. Definitely got some, but there's like 6 in each. Okay. This method is not doing so good. I think I need a bit longer of a piece of paper. I think that would help.
I've always
We're
found
near the
using
end.
your fingers works well for me.
Oh, There's 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. Okay, we got 5 more. Let's do 3 peas and 2 beans, just to start, I think. And yeah, this is not nearly enough. We're gonna have to go grab some more, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, because last year we used those dumb little pellet things, and you could fit like twice as many of them on one of these pallets. Yeah. So it was fine for everything we needed.
Okay. And there's that. So my wife just finished watering these. We've got butternut squash, carrots, onions, lettuce, broccoli, peas, and beans in here. That's going to be pretty interesting. We've got some more stuff that we'd like to do. I think I'd like to try a melon again, a watermelon. And some people have a lot of success with those, but I don't really have much success with it. But I still want to try again. This is about it for our starts here. And we are excited to have to, to try this out again this year. Hopefully we're successful. But I'll let you guys know. I'll do a follow-up video once these sprout. We do have a little clear plastic underneath here. That's going to be on top, so it's a little greenhouse. But I'll do a follow-up video and show you guys how these have sprouted, stuff like that. We'll probably keep them inside for another month or 2 until the last frost is over. But I'd call this a success. We're definitely improved since last year, as long as these things dissolve like we expect they would. And I've used them in the past and they seem to have dissolved pretty well. So I think this is really going to improve our garden this year to not strangle the plants like the other ones did this last year. But I want to thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Please remember to like and subscribe.